Hello Internet, today is Monday, February 8th. Thank you for watching Hot Button Hashtags. My name is Adam. Now, if you were like everyone else in the world, yesterday you watched the Super Bowl. And many of you may have been interested in the game itself, but most of you were probably more interested in the commercials that appeared when the game wasn't on. Now, I have to say, I actually was very underwhelmed by this year's Super Bowl commercials. So in today's video, what I thought I would do is pick my top few favorite commercials, tell you what I liked about it, but then give you a couple commercials that I thought were absolutely a waste of time and a lot of money. So I think I heard that this year the average going rate for a commercial was about $5 million for a 30-second spot. Now, if that number is correct, that is absolutely unbelievable. And every commercial you saw yesterday, millions and millions and millions of dollars went into, and I can't even imagine how many hours of kind of creation and production before that finally hit our screens yesterday. And I think what so overwhelmed me, or underwhelmed me, I should say, about yesterday's ads was that it felt like every one of them, or at least the vast majority of them, all they were trying to do was kind of like one-up the other commercials. It felt like a screaming competition, and they were all trying to see who could yell the loudest. The problem is that that is not fun to watch at all. So my favorite ad from yesterday's Super Bowl was actually the Budweiser ad with Helen Mirren. It's the ad where she is sitting at the table, she's kind of berating drunk drivers, right? Encouraging people not to do that. Now, I get the irony that this is an ad that was created and paid for by Budweiser, by an alcohol company. However, what I loved about it is that it was one of the few ads yesterday that actually had something to say. Like, that ad had a message, and I think that's why it has some staying power, and I think that's why people are talking about it online. When most of the commercials yesterday had no message. Like, what were they trying to say? Nothing. They were just trying to entertain you for 30 seconds or so. But that Budweiser ad, I thought it was great. My second favorite ad yesterday was the Avocados from Mexico ad with Scott Baio. And one of the reasons that I loved it so much is that it felt like a classic Super Bowl commercial. Like, it felt like one of those kind of quirky, ridiculous commercials that we could have seen, 15 years ago or this year, obviously. I really loved that. It was one of the few commercials that actually made me laugh out loud. So Avocados from Mexico, great job on this year's ad, I thought. And then my last favorite ad this year was the T-Mobile ad with Steve Harvey. And the thing that I loved so much about this ad is that that's so current. Like, their creative team must have, like, man, kudos to them for jumping on the situation, getting Steve Harvey, getting this thing created and produced. It's so current. It's something we were all aware of, obviously. And awesome to Steve Harvey for kind of like being willing to step into that, poke fun at himself a little bit. So I thought that ad, just because of how relevant it was, I thought that ad was absolutely amazing. So now I do have a few least favorite ads. My number one least favorite ad was the puppy, monkey, baby? Dog, monkey, puppy. You guys know the ad I'm talking about, right? It was the Mountain Dew ad. And one of the reasons I didn't like that ad is that when I went online after the game and searched it, first of all, a ton of people talking about it. So as far as like kind of social reach, huge success. The problem is that almost none of the tweets I saw or the Facebook posts, nobody was talking about Mountain Dew as well. It was all this crazy animal. So I just don't see how that helped the Mountain Dew brand. I thought it was kind of ridiculous. So that was my least favorite. A couple other ads I didn't love. There's an ad with wiener dogs in hot dog costumes. Now, the first probably 5 or 10 seconds of this ad, I thought, this is it. This is the winner of the Super Bowl commercial contest this year. I absolutely loved it. It was hilarious. Until I got thinking about it. It's these wiener dogs in hot dog costumes running to these people dressed in condiments, like ketchup outfits. And when you play this out in your mind to the natural end, it's kind of a disturbing end what's gonna happen to those dogs. I can't support that. And then my last least favorite ad of the Super Bowl this year was the Quicken Loan commercial. It was the commercial that talked about making it easier to get loans, right? Like, it showed a lady sitting in a movie theater on her phone, like, I just, bought a house. Those kind of things, talking about how great would it be if we could make buying homes easier and the ripple effect. The problem is that I think that's a horrible idea, because it seems to me like how easy it was to buy homes a number of years ago is one of the things that led us to the housing collapse we saw, right? Like there were people who were buying homes who should not have been buying homes because of how easy it was. So I actually don't think that's a great message to send kind of on the heels of what we come out of. Buying a home is the largest purchase most people will ever make. It's a serious one that I think probably should not be made in a movie theater. Just my opinion.